So he had two vehicles that were towed. The same person? Yeah, these are exactly the same. All right, yeah, bring them on in. Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right, and ma'am, what is your name? What is your last name?
My name's Nicole Holmes.
Holmes? Okay. All right, Miss Holmes. Mr. Archer, you have two cases and they're back-to-back filings and it's two separate vehicles, I'm assuming, both of which were towed. Is that correct? Same vehicle. So why'd you sue twice? So you got towed twice.
June 16th and June 26th.
Okay. How are we on the deadlines on this? You said June 16 and June 26. Don't they have 10 days to file? Is it 20 days to file? 14 days to file.
Is it 14 business days? Whatever they gonna write.
No, it's 14 days, isn't it? Straight calendar days. All right. So the case of, you said June 16th and June 26th, right? All right. So the first case will be dismissed because you didn't meet the time requirements for the filing. So that is cause ending in 3934. And that's just simply for not being timely filed. Okay. With respect to the second case, which is 3935. Now, I did read the complaint. You indicated that there was faulty signage and that it was damaged and so therefore non-compliant with the law. This is your case, sir. So please tell me, why is it that this was an improper tow?
So the context is, I was visiting my girlfriend in Verde Apartment complex. I was parking in that parking lot for probably the third or fourth time I've ever parked there. The first instance of my tow on the 16th, I was unaware of the towing policy, and of where the guest visitor parking was. And the signage at the front of the Wickersham entrance had a section that explained the visitor parking rules. That was torn off, and that is in exhibit, yeah, I believe. And so after the first tow,
It's exhibit what?
Pictured on exhibit E. You can see the photo I took on June 16th.
Exhibit E. So where am I going to find exhibit E at? Because
Paper copy.
well, that's nice, but also Miss Holmes is going to need to see it. Miss Holmes is not here, so we need to be able to put it up here. So where am I going to find exhibit E?
Yes.
Well, the thing is, I don't see where they're labeled. Oh, that's because I'm looking at the defense. I was looking at the defense exhibits, not yours. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Something's wrong with the computer here that's going very slow.
That's exhibit F. That's the 26th.
What does it look like? So it's the sign?
Yes. So we're looking at
The sign is page 7 on the submissions, July 13, perhaps?
we're looking at exhibit F very much, but it still clearly demonstrates that they're not their signage. That actually is relevant to what we're talking about right now.
Well, hold on a sec here. No, it's not showing mine when I put it on there. It's only showing yours. So this is exhibit E,
This is
which is page, this is page 7. on the one that says evidence at for trial, exhibits A through E received by email from Nathan Archer, July 13th. Okay, but can we go to exhibit E since that's the one he's talking about?
This is it.
Right here?
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
All right, so I'm looking at exhibit E on my computer and it's, okay, there it is, same one, all right.
So
All right, so what part of the sign are you indicating that something was ripped off?
the bottom section that's torn off is the signage that denotes visitor parking rules at Verde.
Okay, so I'll just tell you right out that those are extras, right? The portion that's required is the sign that you see there where it says, you see the phone number. That's the last part that's required. The rules basically are gonna come from whatever when you do the registration.
That sign was torn entirely off 6th, which is documented in exhibit F.
So you're saying that this sign was not here at all? Well, I know, but understand where I'm coming from. You gave me exhibit E. Exhibit E, there, I see a sign.
Correct.
But what you're saying is the sign didn't exist on that day.
Saying that, what indicated to me that I needed to register to park in that lot. And that there were denoted specific visitor parking versus not.
Well,
Was
but-
not present.
but you were also towed previously.
I'm talking about the previous stuff.
No, I'm not talking about the previous, I'm talking about that case is over. I'm talking about this case.
In this case, we're looking at exhibit F. In which case, all the signage was torn off.
Is this the same sign but a different angle of it?
That's a different entrance. Just because I wanted to document how they were maintaining all of the signage on the property. And that sign was, there's other pictures of it, it shows that they were displaying how to register on registertopark.com. But it was torn completely off in the entrance I used to park, and it was torn halfway off at the other entrance. Which indicates to me that they're using this cardboard material for their signage and it's ripping off due to weathering or other issues they're having, I suppose. But if we go to the top of exhibit F, we scroll up.
Okay, I'm looking at exhibit F on mine, which mine is, it's different than this one because, okay, there you go, that's F, right?
We need the top.
So I don't know what I'm missing here because mine is in color.
Okay, I think it's page 1. Okay, so here you can see this was at June 26th at about noon, 12:16 p.m. Is about the time that I exited my girlfriend's apartment, saw that my car had been towed again. Had registered on registertopark.com, thought I had done everything compliant. But realized that all of their signage had been torn down. And I thought to myself, well, okay, I'll go pay for this.
Well, let's go back. You said you believed that you were compliant because you had registered.
Yes,
Were you not compliant?
no, there are, that's in the next page. I had parked outside of a spot that said this was marked as visitor. I didn't know that I was supposed to park at a place that said visitor, or even see that there were places that were marked visitor. And the photos below show you how dark it is and how difficult it is to see that it's marked as visitor. And the signage that indicates to you that you're supposed to park in visitor parking, as you can see, is torn off. So they have no signage and they have very poor lighting in the parking lots. It indicates to new visitors.
So you're indicating that there's no way to know what the visitor parking is.
Yeah, as a new person who'd never been in this lot and came in here.
Well, don't say that because you were towed 10 days before. So you're not a new person that's never been in the lot. you've been towed, so you're on notice that they're towing, right? So you can't say for a new person, because we're talking about you. We're not talking about anybody else.
I'm gonna give all the context from this case, so that's how.
That case, I'm not even considering that case anymore.
My understanding since being towed the first time was that I just had to register on register2park.com. My girlfriend looked that up and confirmed that with the apartment complex. And so I got the app and I registered, and that's on exhibit C, I believe.
All right, so you registered your vehicle. Show me where it shows that you in fact registered. So the only issue here right now for you is not the issue of registration, but that you were not in a visitor parking spot.
Right.
All right, Ms. Holmes,
Yes, sir.
tell me about why your signs are not posted up there.
So if you look at the evidence we take, our drivers take a photo of the signs when they pull into the lot and it's time stamped. We sent those in. It's time stamped for the same time as his tow.
Okay, but I'm not just gonna look at them. You gotta tell me where to look.
Sorry, I'm on my son's Make-A-Wish trip. So somebody sent them in for me. Give me 1 second. They emailed them in. I know they came in again this morning because we realized we hadn't copied the plaintiff onto them. Let me see. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what they named them when they sent them over. But we
Well,
did
because
send it.
I don't know if what they're claiming is that he's parked too close to the line.
So they're required, and we also submitted a picture of the visitor parking. The visitor is stamped on the ground and they must park in a visitor spot. Anybody that's been towed prior would know, hey, I need to park in a visitor spot. Our signs, we take a timestamp photo of the signs as soon as we pull into the property. This property is not in the best neighborhood. Our signs get pulled down. We replace them probably every 2 weeks. That's why we take a timestamped photo when we pull into the property.
But if you're replacing the signs every 2 weeks and these are cardboard signs, shouldn't that be noticed to you that you need to do a better job with the signs?
So we have bought metal signs and they get spray painted over. That's why we take the timestamp photos every time we pull in the property.
But you're in the business, right? That's the cost of doing business. That's on you.
Correct.
Right. So whether you're having to replace a cardboard sign or repaint or clean up the paint on a metal sign, that's your responsibility,
Correct.
not the visitors.
Absolutely. But when we towed his vehicle, we uploaded a timestamp photo of the signs pulling into the property.
But I still don't see that.
Let me see.
And I'll also admit that we've got a problem right now with the computers that they're not reacting the way they should. Because I see plenty of pictures of the vehicle. And I see that the vehicle's parked close to the line.
Mhm.
Okay, I see now a sign on page 7. You want to pull this one up? This is
Would it
it's
be easy?
July 13th. It says evidence at or for trial. Photos received by email. Actually, it says from plaintiff.
Would you like me to email? I can email it in again right now if you would like, since we're having some issues.
Well, it's your case to defend, not mine. So that's up to you.
I will send it right now. That's the only thing that is in question. Again,
okay.
he wasn't in a visitor spot, which this property requires.
How many entrances are there to this property?
4.
And do you have a sign, a picture of all 4 signs?
We just have an entrance sign of the entrance he pulled through to park in visitors where he should have parked.
So how do you know that he pulled in one particular entrance?
I can't say that we do. We just take a picture of the sign closest to the entrance where they are parked.
Okay, so you don't have a picture of all 4 entrances.
That's correct.
Okay, that is a requirement. I need to see what every sign looked like at every entrance. That is specifically what the law says, right?
Okay.
Now, the question here is it safe to agree that this was not an issue of whether he was registered or not? It was only if he was parked in the correct space.
That's correct.
Okay, So we can agree that he's registered properly. The only issue is that he's not in a designated visitor spot.
That's correct.
Okay, show me where it says visitor spots.
Yep, I'm sending those photos back over to you now.
Because I have the pictures that you all sent originally. I'm looking at those right now. But I don't see any photos that show visitor spot parking.
That's so crazy. 'Cause we resent them over again this morning because he wasn't
Well,
CC'd
I'm
on.
looking at the ones that were submitted July 13th. I'm looking at those right now. So you don't, if you're sending me the same thing, you don't need to send them again because I have them.
Okay. So then you would have the one that shows the visitor on the ground.
No, I
taken-
don't see any that say visitor on the ground. Okay, there's where it says visitor. I see that now. Okay, do you see that, Mr. Archer?
You'll notice that they have a very bright flashlight on the ground to illuminate that. I have photographs of what the ground looks like without any flashlight on it.
Yeah, but they're not required to light up the space for you. No buts. There's no buts. They're not required to do that for you. You have headlights on your vehicle and you can see that coming in. It's lit up really well. It's lit up the same as this when you drive in front of those. With your headlights, it's lit up the same. Because I can see the stripes painted exactly as I can see where it says visitor.
Very vital. I can show you the photo I took from my car.
So what you're saying is you couldn't see the lines, the stripes.
Not the stripes. I didn't know that there were visitor denotes.
I get that. I get that you didn't see it. I understand that, okay? I'm not in agreement with you that they have to light it up better for you.
That's not a fair representation of what you see at night.
But I can't go there at night to see
I
it,
took photos to represent what
of this actual spot.
it's on exhibit F.
I mean, I'm looking at a photo. Go to page 3 of 6 on the one July 13th. The one that says July 13th, that one right there. I can see where it says visitor right there and there's no light on it.
So.
Is this your photo?
Yes.
Okay,
The top one.
I can see that really well.
The top one is what it looks like, and then the bottom one I illuminated so I can explain to you that there was.
Okay. I will tell you this, you and I are going to disagree on this, and I'll tell you why. They don't have to put a light on the sign when you come in. They just need to have the sign. They don't have to put a light on the part where it's painted visitor so that you can see it. You're supposed to pay attention to that. If you can see the stripe on the side, the lanes, the lines, then you can see the part that says visitor. I'm not going to get into those issues at this point, right? To me, the evidence is clear that you can read that even if you get out of the vehicle and look at it and say it says visitor or where it doesn't say visitor. So that's not the issue right now. Okay. No, I get it. I get that you didn't park there. Right. Because it's convenient. I get it.
No way, like, not looking.
But-
I had
but-
no idea that was even
But
part of it.
Mr. Archer, just hear me out, okay? Because I'm not going to go the back and forth thing. If you happen to come into an entrance and it's closest to where she's at and you just pull right in and the visitor parking is in the other side of the parking lot, and you never even see it, whether you saw it on the sign or not, you're still responsible.
Even if the sign isn't.
Even, I didn't say that, right? I said, when the sign says you have to park in a visitor spot, that's where you need to park, okay? Now, if the parking happens to be on the other side of the parking lot and you never even drive by it, that's on you, okay? Now, it's a different issue if there is no sign, right, that says it must be in a visitor parking spot. It's a different issue. We're not there right now, okay? What I'm telling you is I can see that. Whether you lit it up just now or not, I guarantee you, if I were to drive there at night, I can see that and it says visitor. Now, maybe it's not convenient for me because I came in from a different location and it's not close to this, so I don't even see that. Okay, that's a different argument. This is plain as day, even though it's at nighttime. You can see this. Now we go to the other question, right? In the entrance that you came in, was there a sign that said must be parking in visitor parking? That was my question to Ms. Holmes earlier, right? And she indicated to me that she only took a picture of the one that was closest to where you came in. Right? Is that correct, Ms. Holmes? Ms. Holmes. Is that correct, Ms. Holmes? Ma'am, can you hear me? Do we need to call? She's still, I see she's still logged in, but she's not responding. Ms. Holmes, if you can hear me, I need you to send a chat so that we know that you're still here. Nope, she's gone.
Your Honor, is it possible to display the photo that they took? To see whether it was.
I looked at the photo that they took and it's clear.
Is the background the same as the one that I showed? Because they could have taken.
I'm not dealing with the issue of whether you saw the visitor paint on the thing or not. Okay, because that's the only issue right now. I'm getting there. Ms. Holmes, can you hear me? If so, I need you to unmute
Yes,
yourself.
I'm so sorry. We got kicked
Okay.
out.
So I'm going back to my question earlier before you got kicked out, which was you only took the picture of the one entrance that was closest to where the vehicle was parked. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And
I need to
you-
see the picture on that date of all four entrances.
so unfortunately, I just don't have that. And when he was so upset the day he was towed, we had already discounted it $100 as a courtesy to the complex because he was so upset.
I get it. When my vehicle was towed, I was real upset also, right? Different
Absolutely.
circumstances. But I only say that because I know how he feels. I know the circumstances. I've been on both sides, okay? But the issue is you did the nice thing. You gave him a discount, but I still need to see that the signage was visible and conspicuous on all four entrances. That's because
Right.
we already know that the cardboard is flimsy and it comes off.
Right.
And so that's why I need to see all four entrances. If you don't have that,
I just
and
don't.
then it's easy for
unfortunately.
me to make my decision right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have that.
Okay, I'm gonna find in favor of the plaintiff. Mr. Archer, consider yourself lucky. The fact that they didn't have that evidence to show it to me today, okay? You cannot argue with me that you can't see where it's painted on the ground, that you can't see it because it's too dark. I'm just telling you right as it is. You cannot do that. And you know why you can't do that? Because you were towed before. There is no excuse for you to go in there again and not have everything absolutely 100% correct. Right? She's your girlfriend. Maybe you're there every night. Maybe you're not. But certainly you're there more than once every other week. Right? Okay. Well, one of those times you didn't get towed. So either they just didn't come by or you did everything right. And that would have been either the first, the second, or the third time, or it had to have been one first or second because the third you got towed. Right? So somewhere in between you did it properly. You got lucky. And consider yourself lucky today also. Only because they didn't give me the evidence which is required that all entrances are conspicuous with the sign.
Do have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Where he was parked, there's only one in and out. There's 4 entrances to the buildings, but where he was, there's not an exit other than the one he went in it to get out.
Well, but
Yes, there are other entrances, but they're all
you're making an assumption, and it may be a safe assumption to make, but legally, the law says you have to have them at all 4 entrances and not exits. If it's an exit only, I don't need to see it. I only need to
Mhm.
see entrances, and I need to see all the entrances that it's conspicuously placed at the entrance.
Okay,
That's
I
the
was just
requirement.
curious, since there's no other way for him to get to that spot other than the one he went through. There's literally physically no way.
Well, you told me there were 4 entrances, so it's
To the
physically
buildings there
possible
are.
from 3 other ways.
Well, I guess the way it's set up, there's no, it's like a dead end on each of them, but the apartment complex is large enough that they have to have different entrances, but you can't drive through them.
Okay, well, I would need then proof of all of those things, which you
Okay.
still don't have. So,
Okay,
you know, yeah, I mean, if it's impossible for him to have gotten to that point, but like I said, the law is pretty clear. It's every entrance has to have a sign that's conspicuous.
yes, sir.
That's the requirement. All right? Um,
The first case was actually filed on time. It's actually 14 business days. If he filed on
Okay.
16th, he's filed on time.
all right. Okay, so, Ms. Holmes, I'm just told right now that the first case was timely filed.
Okay,
Is the
Well, I
evidence
see-
any different on the first case versus the second?
no, and I see it going the same way, so we'll just unfortunately appeal it and just redo it.
All right, that'll be fine. All right. The first case was timely filed. Okay? But that will raise an argument, just so you know, that the second time you can't claim you didn't have proper notice when it happened before. So she's indicated she's going to appeal the case. So I'm just letting you know these cases. She can appeal them. Okay? All right. So I'm finding in favor of the plaintiff on both cases. Ms. Holmes, you have the right to appeal. It's what, a $500 bond per case.
Okay,
If you all want to reach an agreement between now and then, feel free, Ms. Holmes, to reach out to Mr. Archer.
okay,
All right? Anything
thank
else,
you.
Diana? All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Holmes. You're free to go.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Need my bank statement as well.
No, just the invoice. Okay.
And just put insufficient evidence of proper placement of signs for the statement of facts.